Throwing a spear or a sword looks cool in animations, so let's learn how to do that. First, get a character rig and a weapon of your choice. I used the BPS rig version 4, and also I used the spear which I made in the past. I will leave a link for both of those in the description. Also, for this animation, I will be using the Dynamic Parent add-on. It's completely free and you can download it with the link in the description. Once you download the Dynamic Parent add-on, go to Edit, Preferences, go to Add-ons and then click on Install, and then click on the Dynamic Parent add-on. Once you install the Dynamic Parent add-on, click on Search and then search for Dynamic Parent and make sure that it's enabled. Then save the preferences, close it, and now let's begin. So, first thing we need to do is enable auto keyframing, then make sure to click on End if you don't see the sidebar, and make sure you're in the Dynamic Parent add-on section and you should see this text which says Create and Disable. Also, I'm using Blender 4.0 just in case you don't know. So, let's turn on auto keyframing, and I like to set my starting keyframe to 0. So let's set this to 0 and then go to frame 0 as well. Go to key and enable location and rotation. Now, let's give our character a neutral starting pose, but before we do that, we need to parent the spear to the character. But we're not going to use the traditional parenting, we're going to use the Dynamic Parent add-on, because we're first going to parent the object to the character, and then the character is going to release this object after a few frames. Also, I'm in the solid mode and I have this texture enabled, and I like to turn off the outline and specular lighting as well. And now we see our characters and objects a lot better. So first select your character and then click on Control Tab to go to pose mode, or you can use this menu to access the pose mode. Select the character's arm. I'm using the character's right arm, but you can have your character a lefty and you can give your character a weapon in the left hand as well. Choose whichever you want. So I'm going to select my character's right arm, and then up here, go to Edit, and then Disable Lock Object Mode. This will allow us to select objects while we are in the pose mode of the character. Once we have our character's arm selected, and once we disable the Lock Object Mode, then click on Shift and then left click to select the spear as well. Now if I click on G, both of them are moving. So what we need to do now is go to Dynamic Parent add-on, and then click on this button which says Create. Now this will create the new keyframe, which means that the spear is basically parented to the character's arm. If I move it around, it's going to be parented. And you can parent it with a Control P as well, but the Dynamic Parent will allow us to first have the object to the character's arm and then release it after a few frames. So let's create a neutral pose, aka the starting pose for the character. And you can create whichever pose you want. I'm just going to make my character standing. I'm not going to animate the facial expressions for this tutorial, not to drag it too long. And then what I want my character to do is step back, then step forward. And while the character is stepping forward, I want the character to release this spear. And by the way, you can use the same principles for the sword or any other weapon you want. So let's do that. I'm first going to make sure that I have my keyframes set for every bone I want to animate. So I want to animate my legs, I want to animate my body, both arms and hands, and I want to select the head as well. So click on I on frame 0 to make sure that they all have a keyframe set. Now let's go to frame 12, and then let's make a character take a step back. So I'm going to select the right leg, press on G, and then the middle mouse scroll wheel to lock it only on one axis, move it back. I'm going to take the body and do the same, move it back. I'm going to press on GZ to move the body down. I'm going to press on RX, move the body back. And basically I'm creating a starting pose for the character. And I'm going to bend the arm like this. And by the way, I'm going to go back to frame 0 and set the keyframe for the spear as well, because I want to animate the spear as well. So again, go back to frame 12. And let's give our character the pose which basically people use before throwing a spear. So I'm just going to do this basic pose. I'm going to lift up the left hand forward because he's aiming at something. I don't have that something created here. So he's just going to throw the spear in the air, but that's fine. Let's rotate the body as well. Let's move the head forward, select the head, and then move it forward. Let's rotate the arm, and then let's animate the spear as well. So let's, by the way, I have this turned on. I have the proportional editing turned on, which I don't need. I mainly use this for modeling, so I can press on O, or you can just click on this to disable this. Now I'm gonna finish up this pose. And one thing I need to mention is that you first need to polish up your movement. We first need to make sure that our movement is clean, and then we're going to mess around with the dynamic parent, only then. Because if our movement is not polished and then we mess around with dynamic parent, we disable this, and then we go back to correcting the movements, then it's going to create some issues in the future. So first, let's create a pose, and let's make sure to polish the entire animation. I'm going to give this a basic pose. I'm going to bend the hand further. I'm going to move the spear forward, move the hand sideways. And let's place the spear like this. I'm using RR to free rotate the spear. And now once you feel like you're happy with the pose, I'm not happy with the pose. I'm just nitpicking right now. Make sure not to nitpick too much. And then we need to go forward about on frame 24. But first, before you go on frame 24, make sure to select all the keyframes. They have a keyframe set, but let's make sure there might be one bone which you forgot to set a keyframe for. So select all the bones, select the head as well, click on I, and now go to frame 24. And let's select the body and make the character take a step forward. I can press on G, middle mouse scroll wheel to move it forward, or I can press on T, enable these gizmos, and then use these gizmos to move my body parts forward or in other directions. Now I'm going to rotate the body, Alt R, which basically resets or clears the rotation, Alt R here as well on the torso. And then I'm going to press on RX to move the body forward, move the character further, as if the character took like this huge step, almost like a leap. I'm going to move the hand forward. I'm going to extend the arm, move it like this, as if the character released the spear. And don't worry about the spear, we'll animate this later. It should be the last thing we animate for now. And I'm going to move the head forward as well. I'm going to move this right leg even further, move the character down, forward, take the torso, bend it forward as well, move the arm like this, move the head like this. And let's see what we have. If I play back, we have this basic motion, and now we can add some in-betweens. So here on frame 6, which is between 0 and 12, I can move the body slightly up. I'm not going to add too much detailed movements because this is a tutorial demonstrating how you can parent and release an object and basically make a throwing animation. So I'm going to create something basic. I'm just adding in between movements, and you can add the in between movements which you want. And on frame 6, I like my character to basically move slightly up, move his body forward, RX, RX, and then move the head, move the leg up as well, because the right leg is going backwards. So I'm going to lift it up. And let's see what we have. We have this small step. We can move this even further. Yeah, we have this small step. And then before he throws, on frame 18, between 12 and 24, I want my character to again go up. And this time I want my left leg to be up. Or actually, first I'm going to go to frame 24. And then make sure to click on I to set a keyframe for this leg, so that it's confirmed that it stays in this place. And now I'm going to go back to frame 18 and then click on G, Z, and move it up, and RX to rotate it. And let's see what we have. Oh, no, I made a mistake. I need to move the right leg forward, as that's the one going forward. So I'm just going to delete this keyframe, and then I'm going to select the right leg and click on GZ and move it up. And by the way, as you can see, I made a small mistake, and those happen in animation, so that's fine. And then let's see, we have the right leg here, and then we have the right leg up. We have the body up as well. And I'm just going to rotate the body backwards, as if this character is taking like a huge swing. I'm going to rotate the hips slightly, rotate the torso backwards. I'm using R, RX, or sometimes RR to free rotate. I mostly like to use RR because it allows me to do the free rotation. And let's see what we have. Yeah, I think that looks decent. Let's animate this left hand as well, move it forward. And let's look at our animation. Step back, step forward. Alright, that's pretty cool. You can polish this even further if you want. If I was making it for a full animation, I would polish this a lot further, add more movements. But for this tutorial, I think it's fine. So now that we have this movement we're happy with, make sure you're first happy with the movement, and now we can start animating the spear. So we animated the spear on frame 12, we gave it this pose, and now let's go forward about on frame 18, or let's see, basically we need to go to frame where our character is starting to, where it looks like the character is starting to release the weapon. So I'm gonna select this keyframe on frame 18, move it on frame 20. I'm hovering over my timeline. I left click this keyframe, it turns orange if it's selected. Click on G and then move it on frame 20. And then what I like to do is move the hand forward as if it's already released. And let's see what we have. It is already released, but I'm gonna go back to frame 16 and move it up. And then also move the arm up as well. And let's see. I think we can use this. So on frame 20, I'm just going to readjust. And on frame 30, I want my character to have this hand pointing forward as if the spear is already released. So what I can do now is go to frame 20. Again, I'm on frame 20, select the spear. And then let's rotate it forward. And then I can press on G, middle mouse, scroll wheel to snap it on Y axis, move it forward. And then move it and rotate it so that it's not going through the character. And let's see what we have. Alright, we have this motion. Character prepares to throw the spear. And the spear goes like this. But on frame 16, let's go on frame 16. And then let's turn down the spear. Let's rotate the spear like this and then put it in the character's hands. So that it's not doing like ridiculous motions. Alright, now we can use this. And then let's go on frame 20, right when the character's arm is pointing forward. And what we need to do now is we can only have our spear selected. We don't need to select the character's arm. So select your spear, go to frame 20, basically go on frame where you want the spear to be released, and then click on disable. And this will disable, as you can see, it says one constraints disable, which means that if I select my character's arm, you can see that the spear is not following. But if I go back previous frames, for example on frame 19, and I select my character's arm, it's following. So this means that on frame 20, I unparented this object, and this now is a free object. So what I can do now is move forward about 4 frames, but we can change this later. And then I can press on G, Y, and then move it forward. Or again, I can use these gizmos if I want to move the spear forward. I just basically move it forward like out of the camera view. For example, if I have the camera here, I can just move it forward to show that it basically flew and then flight, I don't know. Flew, flight, don't judge me, I don't know which one is correct. Basically, the spear went yeeting forward. So, we have this motion. I think it's too fast, so I can select frame 24, drag it to about frame 28 and see how it looks. Yes, we can see that the spear is going forward like this. Let's look at it from the front view, turn off the overlays. And as you can see that the character basically swung the arm and then the spear went forward. Now, if I had to redo this animation again, what I would do is I would first move my character's arm up because I think the spear is released from a low position. So I would move my character's arm up. And now you can see that if I try to polish my animation again, we have problems because right here, the arm is up, but the spear is not following this anymore. So that's why first you have to make sure that your motion is clean and then you can disable the constraint. But what I can do now is basically click on Ctrl Z if I want to go back. And I'm just going to Ctrl Z multiple times until I have my spear parented to the character. And then I can move the arm on frame 20, take this RX and then rotate it up. And basically what I'm doing is that previously I had the arm here and then the spear was released from this position. And then it doesn't look too good because it looks like the spear is flying down. But if I have the character's arm slightly here and then I have the spear rotated this way, then again, I can go to frame 20, click on disable, move it forward about frame 28, press on GY, rotate it like this, RX, and then let's see what we have. I think this looks a lot better and more natural, as you can see. So be sure your character's arm is up before it's releasing the weapon. So right here, it's releasing the spear, and then it basically flies. Also, what you can do is move it further, GY. Also, you can select frame 20 and make this linear, and let's see how it looks. I think it looks good. It's slow, but we can speed it up. We can speed it up by dragging the frame backwards or moving the object further. So GY, let's move further. And as you can see, we have this animation of the character throwing a spear. Character is preparing, and then it's throwing the spear. And if you want the spear to hit the target, basically you can create a new object or a character and basically slash it through the character or slash it through the object which you want. You can use the same principle for a sword. Some people like to make the sword throwing animation, myself included. So before you animate the sword, make sure to, let me show you an example. So I'm going to go to the MC Prep add-on. I'm going to scroll down, click on iTeam, and then reload assets. And I'm going to select the sword. Let's import an iron sword. Place iron sword. And if I import my iron sword, I'm going to show you an example. So I'm going to rotate it this way. And let's pretend the character is releasing a sword. So you can use the same principles. You can basically create the dynamic parent add-on on the starting frame. And then once the character has the hands like this, you can release it like on the frame which you want. For example, I wanted to release this on frame 20 as the character is up and his right hand is up as well. So let's pretend I did this for the sword. But if you do this for the sword, unlike the spear, you want the sword to be spinning. So if I move my sword forward, let's move it away from the character. I'm using F to zoom in. But if you don't have F enabled, I think you should have numpad period enabled. So I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to set the starting keyframe, go to frame 10, and then let's pretend I rotate this around Y-axis. So RY, and then RX, and then rotate it around X-axis about 360 degrees. It's a bit more than 360. And then I'm going to press on G, Y, and then move it forward. As you can see, the sword is doing these crazy movements. We want our sword to be rotating this way during the animation and not this way, right? So it's an easy fix. So first delete the sword keyframe on frame 10 and then go to this section, which is the object property section. And then on the sword, you can see we have this location, rotation, and scale. But here in mode, we have XYZ Euler. Instead of XYZ, we need to scroll down, click on this, scroll down and choose ZYX Euler. So if I select ZYX Euler, I need to press on Alt R to reset the position, and then let's go back to the position which we had before, and then go to, again, press on I to make sure we have a keyframe set, go to frame 12 or frame 10, again, do the same thing, RX, rotate it about 360 degrees, GY to move it forward, and then if I play back, you can see that it's rotating the way we want to. And again, I can select this frame 0, make it linear, and then we have this motion. So if you want to make the sword throwing animation, you can use the same principles we use with the spear, but keep in mind that before you animate it, first change the mode to ZYX Euler, and then you will have this clean, normal rotation which we want. I used to struggle with this a lot. I didn't know what the cause was of the sword rotating in weird directions, but then I figured out that if I change this to ZYX Euler, the problem is fixed. And now you can release the sword, make a sword throwing animation, or make a spear throwing animation, and do whatever you want. I'm just going to delete the sword for now, but you get the idea. So that's going to do it for this video. If you want to get the spear model, then it will be available for free in the description. And again, the rig and the dynamic parent will also be in the description. If you want to see more Blender and Minecraft animation tutorials twice a week and some Minecraft animations every once in a while, then be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, if you want to learn how to make the walk cycles in Blender, then be sure to check out this video, and I will see you there.